What should you do if a fresh produce item is not ringing up for WIC in your integrated store? WIC allows fresh, frozen, and canned produce, as well as prepackaged or pre-cut fresh fruits and vegetables, including lettuce mixes, without added ingredients. Frozen and canned fruits and vegetables that have added ingredients like syrup, spices, or other added ingredients are not WIC allowed. It is important to understand how frozen or canned produce is set up differently than fresh produce. The best way for WIC customers to choose frozen and canned produce is to use the My Minnesota WIC app. The UPCs for these foods can be scanned in the app. Fresh produce should not be scanned in the My Minnesota WIC app. Most fresh produce is set up for WIC sale at the individual store or corporate office. This means that fresh produce will not always show as WIC allowed when scanned in the app, although it is WIC allowed. In integrated stores, frozen or canned fruit and vegetable UPCs are set up to scan for WIC automatically. Fresh produce UPCs have been set up or mapped by the individual store or corporate office to ring for WIC. For example, a bulk bag-it-yourself orange has a PLU with a 4 or 5-digit number. A pre-packaged bag of oranges has a 12-digit UPC. In both cases, the oranges are WIC allowed, but the UPC on the bag of oranges must be linked or mapped in the system to the PLU for oranges before it will ring for WIC. This is set up by the corporate office or individual store, not by the state WIC office. When fresh fruits or vegetables don't ring for WIC, the most common reason is that the item has not been mapped for WIC sale. If a fresh produce item is not ringing for WIC and, as a result, is not being paid by the WIC card, you may be able to solve the problem. The customer should check their WIC balance using the WIC app or the balance on the receipt to identify which produce items are not ringing correctly. You can offer to get the customer a replacement produce item that is set up correctly, or the fresh produce can be taken out of the transaction if the customer doesn't want to pay for it with another payment type. Report the specific item that didn't scan for WIC to your store manager, the person who sets up items in the system at your store, or your corporate office. Once the issue is identified, that person can set up the produce item by mapping it for WIC sale. If you want to learn more about mapping, you can visit the Minnesota WIC website.